For the first time in days, Washington is holding its breath. Asterisk. Because what's happening right now behind closed doors could decide whether the United States shuts down or barely escapes disaster. Donald Trump, Chuck Schumer. Asterisk. Two men on opposite sides of American politics suddenly moving closer than anyone expected. Asterisk. And here's the twist. This isn't about money. Asterisk. It's about power, fear. And what happens when enforcement goes too far? Asterisk. Just days before a potential government shutdown, something unusual is unfolding. Quiet talks, strategic leaks, and a plan that could change everything, at least for now. Asterisk. According to reports, Trump and Schumer are steering toward a deal in the explosive budget standoff that has paralyzed Washington. If it works, the shutdown scheduled for Friday might never happen. Asterisk. But don't mistake this for cooperation. Asterisk. This is damage control. Asterisk. The proposal sounds technical on paper, but politically, it's loaded. The Senate would pull funding for the Department of Homeland Security out of a much larger spending package. Then, instead of a full budget, Congress would approve a short-term extension. Asterisk. Just enough time. Just enough calm. Just enough distance from the fire. Asterisk. Why? Because Homeland Security isn't just another department right now. It's the epicenter of a growing storm. Asterisk. At the center of it all is ICE, Immigration and Customs Enforcement. Asterisk. For weeks, ICE has been under intense scrutiny. Protests, public outrage, accusations of excessive force. And now, something far more serious. Asterisk. Last Saturday in Minneapolis, a second U.S. citizen was killed during an operation involving Immigration and Border Enforcement authorities. Asterisk. That single incident changed the tone of the entire debate. Asterisk. Suddenly, this wasn't abstract policy anymore. It was blood. It was fear. It was real. Democrats, led by Chuck Schumer, drew a line in the sand. No more blank checks. No more funding without conditions. Asterisk. Their demands are simple and explosive. Body cameras for agents, no face masks during operations. Asterisk. And strict rules on the use of force. The same rules local police are required to follow. Asterisk. To Democrats, this is about accountability. Asterisk. To Republicans, it's a direct attack on federal authority. Asterisk. And to Donald Trump, it's a political minefield. Asterisk. Blocking funding for Homeland Security would trigger a partial government shutdown almost immediately. Federal workers furloughed. Services disrupted. Headlines screaming chaos. Asterisk. No one wants that, especially not in an election-heavy climate where every image, every clip, every protest can become ammunition. Asterisk. So now, instead of a showdown, we're watching a tactical pause, a delay disguised as compromise. By separating the Homeland Security budget from the larger spending bill, lawmakers buy time. Time to negotiate. Time to cool tensions. Time to figure out how to move forward without looking weak. Asterisk. But make no mistake, nothing has been resolved. Asterisk. The White House hasn't officially commented. Democratic leadership hasn't confirmed the details. Everything is being floated through carefully chosen leaks. Asterisk. That's how you know this matters. Asterisk. This isn't politics as usual. This is crisis management. Asterisk. Trump wants to avoid a shutdown that would dominate headlines. Schumer wants leverage to force reforms that would have been unthinkable just months ago. Asterisk. And ICE, caught in the middle of a national reckoning. Asterisk. Critics say the agency has become more aggressive, less transparent, and increasingly militarized. Supporters argue it's being unfairly targeted for doing its job. Asterisk. But the images, the protests, and now the deaths are shifting public perception fast. Asterisk. And here's the uncomfortable truth. Once trust is gone, budgets become weapons. Asterisk, this short-term extension, if passed, doesn't end the conflict. It delays it. It pushes the hardest questions into the future. Asterisk questions like, who watches the watchers? Asterisk, how much force is too much? Asterisk, and what happens when federal power collides with public outrage? For now, the shutdown clock is ticking more slowly, but the tension hasn't disappeared. It's just gone quiet. Asterisk, and in Washington. Silence usually means something big is coming next. Asterisk, if you want to understand how power really works, not the speeches, not the slogans, but the deals made when pressure is highest, stay with this story. Asterisk. Because what happens next won't just affect a budget. Asterisk, it will shape how America enforces its laws and how far it's willing to go. Asterisk, if you found this breakdown useful, make sure you stay connected. Asterisk, these are the stories that don't end when the cameras turn off.